So hi guys, I'm Bea. I'm from Power On. I'm currently a sophomore taking up BS Business Administration. And today, I guess I'll be talking about crocheting. I guess the first time I really picked up a hook was in grade 5 back at my old school. It was our project for the year for home economics. I don't know, I guess it came kind of naturally to me. And I found myself really enjoying, going through the stitches and the motions of it all. And then I guess after the class, I did want to pursue it, but then I don't know, as it is with most things that you pick up as a kid, you do lose interest after a while. And it wasn't until last year's lockdown that I really picked the hobby up again and started crocheting again. I didn't even plan to really get into it a lot. It was just this one bag that I saw online that I wanted to recreate, but then you couldn't buy it because the only way that you could get the bag was if you were from Korea. So I thought, okay, this bag is relatively simple. I think I can recreate this. So, I just went on Shopee and just bought the first hook, whatever yarn I could find. And then I recreated it. And then I guess you pick it up again and then you remember why you liked it in the first place. And I've been crocheting again ever since. I was asking a couple of my friends oh, what color should I make this in? And then they were like, wait, that's so cute. Can you make me one too? So I ended up making for my friends then. And then when I made one for myself, my sister liked it, so my mom bought it from me then. So I did not end up having the bag, but it was okay because I got into crocheting again. And after that whole bag thing, I was just crocheting for fun, for gifts and things to give to friends and stuff. And then sometimes I'd post pictures online of tops that I made or toys or bags and stuff, and people would DM. They'd be like, oh, are you selling? Are you taking commissions? And I didn't think that it was something that people would be interested in. I'm a business major, but then I didn't see it as something that I could potentially do. And people were pushing me oh, start a business now. So I did, and I didn't tell anybody about it for a while, not even my closest friends. After a while, you get used to it and you really enjoy what you're doing, and then you meet other people from the community, and yeah, it's just been really fun. You learn a lot and you meet a lot of great people through the whole experience of running a crochet business. There was a time na I really couldn't hold myself back from accepting orders. I thought I could handle it. I thought I could handle taking on really big cardigan custom orders several at a time. I thought I could do it. And then pair that with your ACADS and your org work, it really just adds on to each other, and then you realize wow, I don't have the capabilities to do this anymore. So I think it's also a mixture of learning when to say no. And I guess something that did really help is, when you really think you can't do it, you do have to set your priorities straight. Alamin mo kung ano yung gusto mong unahin, if it's the crochet or the ACADS. And there were times na ACADS meant more. So I would put the business on hiatus for a while, or if there were a lot of orders, maybe okay, and I'm not saying that anybody should do this, but put a couple modules up to next week na lang. I also think kasi of crochet as a method of self-care and a way for me also to take a breather and just step back from all the work. In a sense, crochet was also a way for me to take a break from all the big stuff. I guess the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to life values that you gain from crochet is that, well, with the stitches, they're really simple, they're really small. It takes a couple seconds to complete one. But then with time and with effort, it can lead to something really big and really pretty and something useful. No matter how far you've come in a project, if you notice a mistake or if you feel you could have done better, it's 100% okay to unwind and start from scratch, or to just undo everything that you've done if you think that you can, come up with something greater. Anything worth doing is worth putting a lot of time and effort into. For beginners who are interested in getting into crochet, there are a couple materials that you will need.
ball of yarn, usually 4 or 5 ply, a 4.5mm crochet hook, some yarn needles, stitch markers as well, and a pair of scissors.
I would recommend Instagram. There are a lot of great stores over there. Ganchillo Guru, Yarn Barn PH. But if you're not interested in the pricier options, there are some really cheap, great quality yarns on Shopee.
The first thing that we're going to learn is how to make a slip knot. So you're going to need your hook and of course your yarn. You're going to hold the yarn between your middle finger and your pointer finger and your ring finger and your thumb. So you're going to take your hook, place it on top of the yarn like so, and make a loop twice around the yarn. Hold it at the base of the loop that we just formed with your ring finger and your thumb, and then you're going to yarn over like so and pull it through the loop that we just made. You can pull the hook and the bottom string to tighten it. So the next thing that we're going to learn is how to make a chain. So you're going to hold your hook like so, and hold the yarn at the base of the knot with your ring finger and your thumb. You're going to yarn over once and pull it through the slip knot like so. So you can just do this over and over again until you have a chain. The next stitch we're going to learn is the slip stitch. So you're going to take your chain, hold it like so, then you're going to take your hook and insert it in the next chain from your slip knot, yarn over, pull it through one loop, and pull it through the next loop. This is now counted as one slip stitch. Once you've slip stitched all the way across, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is one whole chain's worth of slip stitches. The next stitch we're going to be learning is the single crochet. So again, you'll take your chain, hold it like so, and you're going to add an additional chain at the end. You're going to insert your hook not into the next one but the second next one. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through one loop and pull through both loops. So that is now one single crochet. One more time, you insert your hook into the next loop, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And then you just keep doing this until you reach the end of the chain. And so once you've reached this point, you've now single crocheted all the way towards the end of your chain, and you're now ready to move on to the next stitch. The next stitch we're going to learn is a half double crochet. You're going to take your chain, chain one at the end, yarn over, and insert your hook into not the first stitch but the second stitch from your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through all three. Once you have reached the end of your chain and you've half double crocheted all the way through the end, then you're now ready to proceed to the next stitch. Double crochet. So you take your chain and you add an additional 2 chains at the end of your existing chain. So one and another one. Oops, there we go. So you yarn over and insert your hook into the third chain. 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook into the third chain from your hook. Then you yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. So that's one double crochet. Now you just do this all along the length of your chain and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, now that you've double crocheted your way to the end and completed the chain, you are now ready to proceed to the granny square. The first step to any granny square is a magic ring. So to make a magic ring, first you're going to take your yarn, put it above your fingers like this, holding it down with your thumb, and you're going to make an X over your pointer and middle fingers like so. You're going to flip your hand around so that you now have 2 strands on your fingers and an X on the back. You're going to take your hook, place it underneath the first strand, and take the second strand and place it underneath, like so. Then you're going to yarn over, pull it through the loop that you just made, and pull to tighten. And that is that. You've now made a magic ring and are now ready to make a granny square. You're going to start first with your magic ring. You're going to hold it like so, and then you're going to chain up 2 times. So chain once and chain a second time. This is now going to count as 1 double crochet. You're going to double crochet twice more into your magic ring. So yarn over, insert your ring in the loop, then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2 loops, and you're going to do this again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. So this is now counted as 3 double crochets. Afterwards, you're going to chain once and create another set of 3 double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Do this twice more, and you've made another cluster of 3 double crochets. After which you're going to chain again, and then make another cluster of 3 double crochets. Alright, so once you've made the last double crochet of your cluster of 3, you're then going to chain 1, and then you're going to take the loose end of your magic ring, and you're going to pull it to close the ring. Like so. And it's going to look a little something like this, after which you're just going to insert your hook into the second chain at the beginning of this round and slip stitch to close the ring. Alright, so this is now the first round of your granny square, and we're now ready to proceed to the second round. So to start off, you're going to chain 2, and this is again going to count as 1 double crochet, and then you're going to take the chain space where we slip stitched earlier, and you're going to double crochet twice into that space. After which you're going to chain twice. This is going to create the corners of our square, and you're going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets into the space. Alright, so this is now the first corner of our granny square. To make the next one, you're going to chain once and place 3 double crochets into the next chain space, like so. Then you're going to chain twice to make the corner and add another cluster of 3 double crochets. This is now the bottom half of our granny square. Once again, you're going to chain 1, find the next chain space, which is this hole right here. You're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and make another 3 double crochets into this hole, like so. Again, to make the corner, you're going to chain up twice and add another 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're moving on to our last corner. Again, you just chain 1 and then insert your hook into the chain space, 3 double crochets, chain twice, and make another 3 double crochets into that space. Alright, so now that you've done the 4th corner, we now have to connect it to the 1st corner. We can kind of see our square forming now. So you chain once, you find the second chain that we made at the beginning of the round. You insert your hook, insert your hook into the second chain, a little tight. Oh, okay. Insert your hook into the second chain and slip stitch to close the round. And this is now the second round of our granny square.
There are a lot of different patterns and stitch combinations that you can do to create different kinds of granny squares. There are some floral ones and there are some other designs that you can look into. Basically, granny squares are like building blocks of crochet. You can stitch a couple together to make a blanket, a cardigan, a top, a bag, anything, you name it, you can probably make it with granny squares. Okay, so a lot of my favorite projects actually are customs or like commissions, so I don't get to keep them. So like a lot of the really big ones, but I do have like a few that I really like. Most of them are crochet stuff that I gift to my sister. So there's this one. It was this like frog plushie, super cute with like a little bag. This bucket hat. It's inspired by Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is also one of my gifts to my sister. Most of the stuff I crochet though are not really like toys or hats, but mostly clothes and like beachy stuff. I won't show them all now, but this is one of my favorites because it's kakaiba. It's a beaded sarong. It is cute because I got to use the beads for it. But yeah, those are a couple of my favorite projects on hand. At melon___loop on Instagram, I usually make clothes, but if you're interested in other projects like toys or accessories, you can shoot me a DM and I'll see what I can do for you.